Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now look once again at ICP, double checking a few key factors here. We got this nice little bull flag breakout, essentially after consolidating with a bullish backtest of the descending trend line. That is awesome news. While these are not guaranteed to just continue, a lot of this hinges on the fact that Bitcoin has been pulling back fairly substantial in the last 24 hours. Big surprise, the Asian market selling off as soon as their markets open. So at this point here, ICP went straight sideways when Bitcoin selling off, pumps up, pulls back. Now we're kind of consolidating this local point of control. So it's kind of standard stuff. More likely to break to the upside though, just based on this continuation likelihood. But it all depends on the the overall market, right? Bitcoin continues to increase its dominance, and or price goes down, then we're going to see some alts pull back. But we can look here at liquidation. Let's quickly note a couple of important things between 9 and 950. Those are just the standard shorts that are in the market here in the last couple of days. Same thing with longs too, nothing too crazy there. But if we do zoom out, we can see there's tremendous more liquidation on the upside than the downside. And this basically just implies there's a lot of resistance above the price, which is normal. Because again, people put their liquidation level, basically their stop loss, at key levels, which is in most cases just above the most recent high. That's why we see liquidation hunts, because they like to sweep those levels. Having said that, though, we can see between 920 and 950 still exists, right? Nothing's changed there. I do want to say a quick congrats to our community members here for some awesome profit here. We can kind of see some nice trades here with Bitcoin, good 42%, and SUI 84 and Cardano 32. So we really only took, 3 or 4 trades last week, all in profit right now. We have an ICP trade that's entered in with an average price of 847, and we're currently in profit there. So we're going to talk about if it's worth keeping a long position open, taking a long, taking a short, whatever the case is. We always want to look at things abstractly, right? You never want to be biased just because you have a trade or a position open with a coin. You always want to look at everything. Okay, so what we want to look at here. So let's be completely straightforward. Now that we know that there's liquidation levels upwards of 950, let's go ahead and put that on the chart. Just quickly to note, between 915 and 950, there is liquidation area up here. And that is essentially what, I don't know, we'll just put this here for the moment. All right, so we'll put that range there. And then when we look at the price action, we can see the fair value gap here. This is something to be mindful of because the price could pull back there. I talked about this yesterday, down as low as about 790. Okay, so there is potential for us to see the further retracement at 790. A lot of this depends on how today performs and obviously how Bitcoin continues to increase or decrease, but on its own, there's a chance we could see that. However, when we look at the larger time frame, we can see everything is fully bullish minus stochastic RSI pulling back. Now, when you look at the last stochastic RSI divergence, the price did pull back pretty substantial. Okay, so I'm not saying we're proposing we're going to see that again. I think that's less likely now that we have more volume. A lot more volume increases sustainability, and also Bitcoin is over a key level resistance. So I think the likelihood of that's pretty low, considering Bitcoin was honoring its descending trend until that time frame happened. And now we're back on track. So the simple way to understand is we have a lot of strength. Our trend strength indicators letting us know we're on the right side of tracks here. We have a lot of reasons why we're not super concerned or shouldn't be super concerned with the price pulling back dramatically. We look at our moving averages. We're above all 3 moving averages too. This is fantastic news. We like to see that. Generally implies good potential continuation. And once more, of course, we got a cup and handle potential likelihood of breaking out. So if we do cross this threshold of $9.10, I think 950 is an inevitability and then some. Okay, so it's kind of where we're at there on the daily. We can see some liquidation levels forming here, of course, as well in the more recent time frame. When it comes to the 4-hour, we can look at and we can see we're under 70 but above 50 in the RSI. Always a good sign. We want to be able to maintain this level. This is half the reason why we didn't invalidate the trade, because we held above that level, and that's always a good continuation potential. Okay, we can also see the money flow index is increasing, trend strength index is increasing, MACD is trying to converge but hasn't yet. So we've got a lot of good positive stuff here. Generally speaking, these are favorable. We're also above the 20-day SMA, indicating that if we hold this 850 line, we're going to be in pretty good shape to see a continuation higher. Once more, Bitcoin continues to pull back as expected. We will see ICP probably pull back with it. However, if you look at ICP and how well it's done in the last 24 hours, what we can see, Bitcoin is down by basically about a full percent, a little over a full percent and a half. We look at ICP, we can see a much different scenario here. It's basically gone up and down roughly 5% from top to bottom. Okay, so generally speaking, that's a favorable sign. Having said that, let's look at the hourly time frame on ICP and see where we're at. And just confirm a couple of things here. First of all, Ichimoku Cloud letting us know we're on the right side of tracks here. We're above the cloud itself. conversion lines above the baseline, but lagging stands getting closer to the price action. Usually when the lagging span, the green line here, tells us that we're close to the price, it's an indication to consider securing profits. Now again, securing profits is important, especially if you're day trading. We do have a day trading bot with ICP, trading ICP, and so far it's been fairly successful. Minus a weird funky candle wick with KuCoin recently, we've hit most of our targets on our ICP. So it's a good coin to trade, a lot of volatility, a lot of reasons why I like trading it. Some people don't, but again, for the most part, at this point, we're seeing 3 out of 3 reasons to leave your long position open, but if we cannot increase or we break below this local range, then there's a good chance we might be breaking down further. So we want to pay attention, kind of see where we're at. But for right now, we've essentially consolidated above the local high, and the new low should be 855. That's basically where we're at. So I'm looking for a maintaining level of 855 or higher, and we should be all right. Okay? Kind of what we're looking at there, all right? So that's really what we got. Nothing too crazy. What is crazy, and actually it's funny, community members keep asking me about this, because they're having trouble distinguishing day trades from swing trades as far as like using the same portfolio. So I always recommend using a secondary portfolio. We're a Bitunix family, but I can tell you that BTCC is a really solid secondary exchange. They're offering really good deposit bonuses right now as well as my community members. So I just recommend using them as a secondary exchange. You always want to diversify your day trades and your swing trades. It's important to kind of not have the two together, because it's like trying to save with a checking account only. You want to have a savings account separate so you don't touch it. Okay. All right. Just some friendly advice there. Either way, I just like to touch on that because I get that question a lot. And I hope you learned something today. Obviously, CryptoCache.tech, if you want to learn a lot more, we've got a trading academy, community, and signals group. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.